My name's Laurie Berryman. I'm an airline manager and been working for Emirates for over 20 years. I mean, the profession is fascinating because I started very close to here a long time ago working reservations, which was booking people over the telephone, and had lots of different directions. I went off into training for a couple of years. Then I moved on to become an airport manager, and that's actually really, if you like, playing with airplanes and being at the airport and in charge of turning them around, making sure the fuel, the catering, the baggage and all the passengers are on time. Then I moved across to sales and then eventually into sort of management. Again, because we're a young airline, just over 25 years old, we had to catch up, if you like. All the other airlines were quite household names and we weren't. So one of the aims behind some of the sponsorship was to get our name out there quickly. And obviously we've now got Arsenal, the Emirates Stadium. We do the test match umpires, Fly Emirates. We have a couple of cricket clubs, Lancashire Cricket Club and Durham Cricket Club are sponsored by ourselves. And we've got even little sponsorships like East Grinstead Hockey Club that not many people know about down in Sussex. One of the key ones I always think, if you get an email, a bad email, don't reply to it straight away. Always think overnight. Always leave things. You know, we're so much of an instant society now. The worst thing you could do is bash an angry email back again. Take it home, think about it, and you'll give a much better reply in the morning. I was working for British Airways actually in the Middle East, in Qatar, and you know, our kids were getting to an age we wanted to come home. British Airways didn't have any jobs back home, so we looked at this little airline called Emirates, and it was tiny at the time, shall we go and risk it? And my choice at the time, I was going to be moved by British Airways to manage Kuwait, and I decided eventually to come to Emirates, and Kuwait was invaded 3 months later, and the manager who did take the job was one of the ones who was locked up when the Iraqis went in 1990, so I was lucky. The airline industry will continue to grow. There's no doubt it might not grow so much in Europe as in the rest of the world, but it will grow exponentially. Okay, it uses a precious resource of oil, but aviation is still only about 3% of the world's oil, and aircraft are getting more and more efficient. And the A380 behind me here is as fuel efficient as a Toyota Prius in passenger kilometres. So it's getting more efficient. It will go on growing. It'll get exciting. It'll segment into what we call the full service airlines like ourselves. But the low-cost airlines are very exciting. I actually know quite a few people in EasyJet as well, and they have great fun running that airline. So don't feel you've got to be in a top level legacy airline. There are some great other airlines around to work for, and it will grow. It'll grow and it'll grow. And I think the UK, when it's get its airport policy sorted out, will see the growth go on. I think it really do the sciences. Maths, physics, they're the subjects up to A level. Look around. If you've got a bit of money stashed up or your parents are feeling generous, try and get some flying experience young. I did it through what you call the CCF at one stage. I got a glider pilot's license when I was about 16. But yeah, get involved. Go to your local. There's the big airports in this country. There's lots of little airports where you can get flying lessons. Go and see if you like it. You know, go and get yourself a Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's not far off the real thing. You know, flying the flight sim, especially if you're flying a little Cessna. You are in many ways now, as a pilot, a monitor of computers. You know, but you still have to have all those key flying skills, because when things go wrong, that's when you have to fly. Cabin crew, all our cabin crew are based in Dubai, so they live a duty-free lifestyle. There's no taxes out there, and actually we provide them with accommodation out there. So it's a great lifestyle. They see the world. They work hard. You know, we fly some of the longest sectors in the world. Dubai, Sydney, 12.5 hours non-stop. So obviously put a heavy crew on, so you do have rest. But it's, you know, flying one of these big A380s with over 500 people on board. But there are some great perks, because when you get there, you've got a day in Sydney, and one of the most gorgeous cities on the world. So you explore the world, see the world. But again, you've got to be hard-working, you've got to be passionate, you've got to be well turned out. You know, you've got to be prepared to look smart. But yeah, a great career. You never stop learning. You learn every single day, and don't think you ever know everything. You never will know everything, and you can be learning all the time, all the way through. Try and spot where success is going to happen and go with it if you possibly can.